I know it's not logical, but to me wedges are just chips that have been done wrong. I never go, I could have chips, or you know what I could have instead? Slightly soggier, less crispy chips. I'm sorry, I know it's not logical. It's just my brain. Wedges, is it like big fried potato? Yeah, it's like a big wedge of potato. Are wedges not a thing in the US? Wedges have got to be a thing, right? LMAO, well, they don't sell them at Domino's to your knowledge. That surprises me, honestly, because I kind of thought wedges were an American thing. But it makes sense that they wouldn't be, because soggy, disappointing fries does seem like a British invention. But I am curious. Right, Aki, go punchy punch. I definitely have seen them here. Ooh. So they do exist. I wonder where they come from. I wonder what the logic is. I get the idea that, yeah, if I like chip, then I will like bigger chip. It makes a sort of sense. The reality just disagrees. It's different from steak fries, Breezy. It's like double the width of a steak fry. A lot bigger than steak fries. Because we do have steak fries here as well. Yeah, they're chunky. They're chunky. Like, I want to say they're about, like, half the size of a half Pringle, but I feel like this is where I find out that American Pringles are sized differently. But I don't think so. I feel like Pringles should work as a universal measurement. I hope so. Unless our steak fries are different from US steak fries, which honestly at this point wouldn't surprise me. Oh, wedges in the Discord. I showed you my wedges. Please respond. I'm feeling good about this. Good for you, Yukari. Steak fries in the US are bigger. Oh, okay. So they are kind of the same thing. Similar to a lemon wedge in size, yeah. Yeah. Also in size, I feel like. So many words for potato, right? The term for potato is like endless. I like the term. I don't know what the name is for the moment, but it's a fancy word that means like accordioned potatoes. Hang on, let me Google it. Accordion potatoes. When you kind of cut them like an accordion, we have confirmed wedges are steak fries. Oh, it's not accordion potatoes. That's an entirely different thing to the thing I mean. I think the thing I'm meaning is French. Okay, it's like accordion potatoes, but it's not accordion potatoes. Hasselback! No, that's a different thing. It might be Hasselback. Hasselback, yeah, Hasselback potatoes are fucking good. Those are nice. Those are so good. So many potato. Endless words for potato. Scalloped potatoes is a specific dish. Oh. There's now an informative chips diagram for you to look at in Discord. I look forward to ignoring it entirely. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do with my life. They're baked in butter and mayo, I think. We have something. I've had that. I've had, like, is it called a potato casserole in the UK? I know I've had that. Potato salad? I've had circles of potato with mayo. But I don't remember if it was like a casserole or a salad. I just remember being like, this would be super tasty if it wasn't for my aversion to mayo. If I wasn't in a long-standing war with mayo, I would probably love this. But I swear, like, Moderator Dave, you've made something like this, right? I don't think it's a potato salad, because I remember it being hot. Potato au gratin. Okay, yeah, I think it's a gratin that I've had. Yeah, because we call it gratin in the UK, which I'm pretty sure is not how it's supposed to be pronounced. But yeah, I've had gratin. Gratin. Bottle of water and some gratin. We've had gratin though, right, Dave? I feel like if I called it the proper pronunciation in the UK, I'd get killed. Are we just not going to talk about fondant potatoes? I mean, I feel like I basically had fondant potatoes today. Oh, hang on. Let me zoom in for this. Not just normal zoom in. Let's go super zoom. Yeah, guys, guess what I had for the first time today? Guess what I had? Don't guess. I'm gonna tell you. Okay. Are you ready? A tatty and bean pie. Now, for the non-Scots in the room, a tatty and bean pie is potatoes and baked beans. Not American baked beans, the good kind of baked beans, the Heinz kind, the tomato sauce kind. But yeah, it's a pie, and it has like fondanted potatoes. I think that's what fondant potatoes are, right, Dave? It's got little potatoes that have been put through a piping bag on top. Okay, they're not fondant potatoes. They're just potatoes that have been put through a piping bag in a manner similar to fondant. Why is that? Why does that not make them fondant potatoes? They're put through a piping bag like fondant. Why does that not make them fondant potatoes? Why is piping potatoes not how fondant potatoes are made? Why? I disagree. Fondant potatoes should be the ones that come out of a piping bag. Is it basically shepherd's pie but it's beans instead? They're not sweet. I don't think fondant potatoes are sweet either, are they? Or is this a thing where, like, sweet potatoes can be sweet? Because a lot of Scottish sweets are made of potato. Like, oh, what's it called? Coconut macaroons. Not to be confused with, like, macarons, the French cakes, but coconut macaroon bars are made of potatoes. And they are very sweet and coconutty. Those are super sweet potatoes. We do like our sweet potatoes. And we also like our sweet potatoes. This conversation's going places. But okay, right, let me stay on topic. A tatty and bean pie. So it's a pie and it's got like a big piped layer of potato on it, which is not fondant potatoes, as I'm learning. And then beans on top of the piped, not fondant potatoes. And I was like, what's underneath? What's underneath? Is it going to be more potato? Because this is like a deep dish pie. It's like a big walled pie. It's like imagine a little deep dish pizza, but it's a pie. I'm trying to make this as cross-cultural as I can. So I'm like, what's going to be under the potato? Will it be more potato? Will it be more beans? No, it was mince. It was mince meat. I think lamb mince. It tasted like lamb mince rather than like beef mince. Yeah. And it was good. The pie crust was nice and crispy. And the beans were good. And the potatoes were good. And the mince was good. It was a good time. This has been Katie Tries Pies, which honestly is an ongoing series because until recently I hadn't tried most of the Scottish pies. And there are so many pies in Scotland. I'd never tried a macaroni pie, which is literally a deep dish pie crust with macaroni in it. Amazing. 10 out of 10. Recommended to anyone visiting Scotland. I'd never had a lasagna pie, which is, you guessed it, deep dish crust, lasagna in the pie. Amazing. 10/10. Well, no, like 8/10. Not as good as a macaroni pie. It was a Scotch pie, says Dave, that I tried today, with mash piped on top and beans. Okay. And a Scotch pie is a beef mince pie, for the folks that need that elaborated for them. Oh, for a second I thought you said mince, and I was like, oh lord, what is that concoction? I would eat a mint pie. But no, beef mince. Or, hang on, let me put my cross-cultural hat on. Ground beef. Ground buff. Ground beef. Ground beef. Beef from the ground. Ground beef. I know. I'm very accustomed to that term, but it still tickles me sometimes. Ground beef. I love it because it like, okay, there's a little joke in the UK about how sometimes we give, like, as the world in general gives things names, and America goes, what if we make that a bit simpler? Like, we could call it a pavement, or we could call it a sidewalk, because you walk on the side. And I have to say, ground beef does fit that. Like, we could call it mince, but it's beef that's being ground up. Ground beef! And I think Dave has a few more examples of this, because Dave quite often tells this joke because he's a bully. But I do love the American tradition of, let's make this simpler. Fall, because we fall down! Leaf fall down. For vegan food, they make, non-meat ground beef, but they call them meatless grounds. Meatless grounds sounds absolutely revolting, I'm sorry. And plant-based ground is so much worse. Plant-based ground, that's just dirt. That's what dirt is. That's plant-based ground. Though the UK doesn't really do much better. We would sometimes call it like vegetarian mince or veggie mince or vegan mince, but most likely you'll hear it called Quorn, because the UK leading brand is called Quorn. So everything vegetarian and mince-like is just Quorn. Quorn! Not to be confused with Korn, the metal band. It makes me laugh. Autumn sounds better, I don't care. I actually really like the word fall, and I think that's the emo in me. Being like, tonight will be the night that I will fall for you. I think that's it.